making Heath cookies today. Alright, so we are making Heath cookies. So first off, we're going to preheat oven to 350. For this you're going to need saltine crackers, 2 sticks of butter, a cup of brown sugar, 12-ounce package of chocolate chips. You can put chopped nuts if you like, so we're going to use walnuts. Then you'll need your saucepan, your cookie sheet, and probably some aluminum foil. Alright, so we're going to start by foiling our pan. Now we're going to line our pan with the saltine crackers. So we're going to set that to the side for the moment. Okay, so we want to put our 2 sticks of butter in there, and then we're going to add our cup of brown sugar. Alright, so while that's melting down, because we're going to get that to a point of boiling, I'm going to go ahead and grab the chopper and I'll chop up the walnuts while we're waiting for that. So I have the Pampered Chef, I'm not sure what they really call this, it's kind of the slap chop type tool, I guess you could call it. But I really like it. It works really well. And we'll just kind of get it to the size we want. I think that's probably good. And I think maybe a little more for Okay, so once your mixture starts to boil good and starts looking like this, you want to go ahead and set your timer for a minute and boil it for about a minute, and then just make sure to keep stirring so that your mixture is not burning, scorching on the bottom. As you can see, it's kind of starting to caramelize, kind of changing color and consistency a little bit, so that's what we're looking for. And as far as the heat goes, it's really just going to depend on your stove. I have mine not quite on boiling, and I just turned it up, or I actually have it on 6 out of, what, 10. So it's not up where I would have it if I was putting on like a pot of water to boil for like a heavy rolling boil, because I don't want to scorch. I don't want to scorch the sugar and burn it. My stove tends to actually cook pretty hot, so just kind of go by feel. If you feel like it's not really starting to like come to a boil, you can turn it up. I just suggest doing so in small increments. You can see the texture, it looks different, almost like marshmallowy looking. Once your texture starts to look like this, your stuff is mixed really well, it's caramelizing. We're going to say we're done, and turn that off, and let's go ahead and spread this over our saltines. I'm just going to spread this before it cools. I want to spread very well. Just get that coated over there evenly, over your saltines. I really like these cookies because when you have a hankering for something sweet and it's like, well, let's see what we can make that's quick and easy, And these are all things that generally most households would probably have on hand. I wasn't planning on making this, but we did just happen to have all of the ingredients on hand, and my sister-in-law had been talking about making Heath cookies, and so when we got home I thought, hey, what the heck, let's make some Heath cookies. That sounds really good. So thankfully, again, we had everything right on hand, but it doesn't call for anything weird, any weird ingredients. So alright, so we're gonna call that good. Okay, and now we're going to put our pan in the oven, and we're going to bake this for 8 minutes, I believe. 8 minutes at 350. Alright. Let's set our timer. Okay. Alright, let's pull it out. See what she looks like. Perfect. It's all nice and bubbly. Now what we want to do is, while it's still nice and warm, we're going to spread our chips. They don't have to be too perfect. We're going to smear it all around in a few minutes once it starts melting. So you can see they're starting to melt. And you can just start to spread them. Spread that chocolate around and get it all evenly distributed. You want to just go really lightly, otherwise you're going to start digging into your brown sugar butter layer. So just kind of skim across the top. They spread pretty easily. Looks good, doesn't it? Alright, so once you've got your chocolate spread out pretty well, I'm going to move a little bit of this because it's a little thick on that one part. Alright, so now that we've got our chocolate spread out real well, we'll go ahead and sprinkle on our nuts. Okay, so now we're going to wait for this to cool to eat it, because it is piping hot right now. So we're going to let it cool and let it set up a little bit. But that's how you make Heath cookies. Pretty easy, doesn't take too long, and they're very, very tasty. So we'll come back in a few minutes and show you what they look like when we break them apart and enjoy them. Alrighty, let's see. They're still really gooey, which is why I'm selecting to eat them now. Look at that. And because they're saltines, they're in these nice little perfect bite-sized pieces. So, looks pretty good. Enjoy!